This commentary addresses the social and emotional needs in schools and mathematics classrooms. First, we need to acknowledge the existing realities and tensions of this school year and our current world events. Then we can discuss actions to take in order to prioritize the well-being of all stakeholders. Finally, we can explore ways to hold ourselves accountable to community healing and mathematical learning. Our first reality is that we are living through twin pandemics, COVID-19 and racism. We must acknowledge that we are not all affected in the same way. These traumatic experiences manifest in our schools in different ways, such as microaggressions based on race, disproportionate discipline rates, over-identification for interventions in special education services, as well as under-identification for advanced mathematics content. We must also understand that not all social and emotional interventions are in the best interest of all students. As we think about trauma, we must continue to come from an asset-based approach and not think about trauma as something to be fixed. This takes a social justice approach to teaching, with a main tenet of eliminating deficit perspectives of students in mathematics. There are actions we can take for centering our humanity. The first one is prioritizing relationships, as opposed to assignment completion and behavior compliance. We want to shift away from teaching mathematics to students and move towards teaching students mathematics. Another shift is refocusing the classroom from what to teach to how to be. For instance, moving away from the pacing guide model or racing to cover content and focusing more on building relationships. It's important that we create and support safe and brave environments for students where they can share and heal together. This healing approach to teaching mathematics is what our students need now more than ever. Lastly, we need to hold ourselves accountable to a standard of doing no harm. We can do this by using multiple strategies to understand our own perceptions and understand our students rather than presuming that it is a student who lacks the skills to regulate their emotions. A way to do this is to pause before reacting. By acknowledging these realities, we can hold each other accountable for actions that address social emotional learning. As this commentary relates to the work we're doing with lesson study, what are some of your noticings and/or wonderings about how we can best balance social and emotional learning while delivering rich mathematical content? How do we invite teachers to use the standards of mathematical practices to address social emotional learning? How do we inspire or encourage our colleagues who are hesitant to implement these ideas to become more open to them?